Realty International said, you need to double your efforts to grow. That doesn't necessarily mean doubling the time spent. It means doubling the focus and the intensity so that you are more efficient and effective during the time spent. I love that. I love maximizing the moment, spending time on activities that will ensure we have a harvest, sowing those seeds. So let's get started. Tell me something good. Let's have 3 people sharing something good, or what are you grateful for? What's happening in your life?
I have something good, Marco.
Please go ahead.
I listed a house last Tuesday, and we went under contract yesterday for way above asking price, and the seller's very happy, and I'm happy. And this is the one I told you about that she was going to list for sale by owner. So
it's amazing. I love that. I love that. And obviously that script worked.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Sharing is caring. And yeah, so it shows you what difference it can make. We had a very nice Kappa's Mastermind session. Luann, was that about 2 or 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it was the 12th.
Yeah, that's amazing. So I'm happy for you. Congratulations on that. Who else, folks?
I've got something.
Hi, Janet.
Hey, we have a new listing that came on the market today, this morning, Summerford Drive in Marietta. And we already have 4 showings scheduled this morning. I worked with the sellers for about 6 months getting the house ready to put on the market. So today's the day, and we're really excited.
That is something to get excited about. Awesome. Congratulations. Who else?
So, Marco,
I'd like to go ahead, John.
So I was going to say that Donnie Fox, who's on our team and we're mentoring him, within his first 90 days, he got 3 listings. They all went under contract, 2 of them the same day, and all over list price. And he will cap in his first 90 days in through our mentoring program.
I love that. What you focus on expands. That's applying yourself. So just imagine that foundation and the ice is broken now. I love that, John. Thank you very much for sharing, and congratulations on the success there. And someone else spoke at the same time. Rebecca, was it you?
It was. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for all the birthday wishes last week. The entire week was full of celebration, and I saw all of your lovely comments, and you made my birthday so, so special. And I really appreciate it, and I love you guys. So thanks for all of those well wishes.
And talking about birthdays, I saw Ginny post here this morning. She's on her way. She was on her way to a closing. So happy birthday. I don't think she's on the call this morning. But happy birthday to you once again, Jeannie. Caitlin, Bernie, Bill, Tiffany, Jennifer, and Stephen. Happy birthday with your birthdays coming up in the next week. May it be an abundantly blessed year for you. Happy birthday, everyone. And now, congratulations, Howard Garrett, with keeping 100% of your commission. Congratulations, sir. And now, if I had a drum roll, I would have played the drum roll now. So our current listings is up to 79 and counting. There's several still coming. Our goal for the month was 75. We've exceeded our goal. The amount of listings last year, same time, was 99 listings. So congratulations, 79 listings and counting for March 2021, when inventory is 72.4% lower. We are definitely outperforming Metro Atlanta, and I'm just very excited about this. But first of all, congratulations to each and every associate with their listings. And then in the same token, congratulations to each and every buyer's representative and what you guys have been doing. I know you dealt with lots of pressure, lots of challenges, but congratulations to our listing agents and our selling agents. Absolutely outstanding results.
Sorry, Marco, if you don't mind me just jumping in and saying thank you so much to our commercial agents who've been so great about sending me their listings as well. Over here on residential, we don't have access to the commercial side. So thank you, Lita Jordan and Bill Haas and Scott Morchower and anyone else who sent us off-market listings to help us reach our goal, because they do count as listings. They're just not enough MLS. So thank you to everyone who has contributed and helped us achieve this goal. We love the excitement. We love the enthusiasm. Go Donnie. He's got his 3 listings. Zach Maxey, one of our new agents, put like 4 or 5 on the market the other day.
John Cassane is killing it.
A bunch. So it's truly impressive to see all this hard work and all the listings we talk about and send emails and text about. It's cool to see our goals be reached. So thank you everyone so much for your great attitude, and go get another listing.
Rebecca, our vendor of the week.
Hello, everybody. Our vendor for this week is Jean Roberts with Choice Home Warranty. Jean, if you would like to step in and tell us a little bit about what you do and let our agents meet you for the first time. Tell us all the things.
Good morning. First of all, I appreciate the opportunity to be with you. I love the energy of your group. I wish we were in person, but I hope I'm not echoing in my little room here. I've been with Choice for just a little time, but I've been in home warranty business for 18 years, and I would love the opportunity to earn your business. This morning, I wanted to focus a little bit on the market. As we all know, it's definitely a seller's market, and on the buyer side, things have been a little interesting. Nobody wants to ask the seller for anything right now when it comes to a contract, which includes offering a home warranty or asking the seller to provide a home warranty. One thing that we do is we do allow the buyer, if they choose to pay monthly instead of having to pay the whole thing up front. So instead of $500 or $600, they can pay monthly. Our top plan, that's only $48.34 for our very top plan. So if you've got a buyer that needs a warranty that they don't want to pay that much up front, give me a call. I'd love to help them out. I think that's something that people aren't even aware that we do. And in this market, I think it would help a lot of people. And if you have clients that have closed in the last 30 days or so, it's not too late. They can still call me and I'll be able to set that up without any lapse of coverage. They can start right away. I guess is what I'm trying to say. I love to talk more, but I'm going to keep it brief. But give me a call. If any of you would like to go to lunch, I'd love to sit down and tell you how we're different. And just remember, everybody has a pipe leak sometimes. Everybody sometimes loses heat. Just call on Choice and me. We'll help with the warranty. Thanks, guys.
Gene, I like that. So if I knew you were such a tenor, then I wouldn't have played any music this morning and the floor would have been yours to entertain us, sir.
Thanks, Jean. See you soon.
Thank you, guys.
Good morning, Renee.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm Renee Dillon with Ganic PC. I'm one of the owners of the firm, and I manage our Ashford Dunwoody location. Obviously, market is still crazy. A lot of things are, I know a lot of things are still running behind. Surveys are still taking a long time to get done. And one thing that I wanted to mention, in this market, a lot of the offers that are getting accepted are cash offers with really quick closing or really, short time frames for closing. So just like everything else, our title examiners are taking longer than usual to get the exams back. They're slammed just like everyone else's. So if you are going under contract on a cash closing or any closing that is within a short time frame, make sure that you're getting those contracts over to us as soon as possible so that we can get the title exam ordered so that we don't have to delay closing just waiting to get the title exam back. Another thing that we've been seeing that's causing some delays, if you have any sellers that had gone into forbearance at any point in the last year, let us know at the beginning, those payoffs are taking a lot longer to get. If they're in forbearance, it's almost like it's not quite the same as being in collections, but it's usually a different department that we have to go to. And a lot of times we have to enlist the seller's help to get those payoffs in a timely manner. So, have the conversations with your sellers, find out, if at any point they have gone into forbearance over the last few months. Credit unions also are taking a really long time to get us payoffs. So, when you're taking your listing, you should be asking your sellers a lot of questions, getting their payoff information, asking, in a kind way, if they're current on all of their payments. All of that will just help us get you and your transactions closed on time. Any questions? Well, it's crazy out there. Thank you for all the contracts we've been getting. And, I'm talking to agents every day with helping them negotiate offers and write STIPs. So contact our office.
Yep.
We'll help you.
That one don't get it first. They're gonna get it.
Thank you very much, Renee.
Thank you.
And those mute that are not contributing.
Good morning, Certainty.
Good morning. Looks like there's one over there, maybe.
Who do we have there?
Susan Eschbach, who are you talking to?
No, I know there was one. They're getting the shady side, but I think there's one up front. They took this one right here, but
Stacey,
got
can
one
you
right
mute
here.
on your side?
I'm trying to find
I
who
was
it
just looking
is.
for something over here. This looks good to me.
Matt,
Doug Alexander.
Doug. Sorry.
Hey.
Please mute.
Okay.
There we go. Matt, the floor is yours, sir. Had a little bit of a three-way conversation there.
Sorry about that. All right. How are we doing this morning? Thumbs up. Good deal. Well, thanks for the introduction, Marco. My name is Matt Lipp, Certainty Home Loans. Real quick, just wanted to touch. I know we are having a class this Thursday. We're doing renovation loans. We have closed, I would say.
Lost you. You froze.
So low. A lot of buyers are taking advantage of some renovation lending. So, it's the right house and the right neighborhood, but, it needs some updating. So this is really a great tool for you guys to sell more homes in a year. It's another arrow in your quiver when it comes to working with your buyers. And again, with inventory so low, maybe there might be a house that's been overlooked that needed some work that nobody wanted to put in, but with renovation lending, your clients can really take advantage of it and get a good deal. Rates, I know the Fed met last week and basically their results were that they were going to hold interest rates steady until 2022. We haven't really seen too much change the last week. They have been kind of steadily driving upwards. Right now on a 30-year fix, we're right around 3.25 on a 30-year fixed. But again, get your clients in early. I mean, we know it's competitive out there. We know it's kind of cutthroat, multiple offers within 24 hours. So you want to make sure your clients are getting pre-qualified, get them pre-approved, and make sure you're working with a lender that can get you that letter on a Sunday at 8 o'clock at night so you can get that offer in and hopefully win the deal. Hope everybody has a great week. And
no, Matt.
Oh,
whoa.
Hello.
I got an article yesterday. The 10 most threatened metros based on FHA delinquency rates. Say that quickly. And guess who was number one in the country? Atlanta, Sandy Springs, Alpharetta. The highest FHA delinquencies, which I'm assuming means people may have to sell that are currently have FHA loans. Can you speak to that?
I mean, that sounds like foreclosures, so it's going to be owned by FHA. Those would be homes that are going to be found on HUD's website that are actually eligible for well, not all of them, but some of them are actually eligible for the $100 down program if they're owned by FHA currently. So that might be a good avenue to check out if you've got clients that are looking in that area. That's a good point, Stacy.
Okay, we'll do some more research to see how to find them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Thanks, guys. Hope everybody has a great week. My information's there on the slide. If we can do anything for you or your clients, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Thank you very much, Matt. Anybody else? Any questions for Matt before he signs off?
Matt, I have a specific question. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Over to you.
Sounds good. Thanks, Ro.
Anybody else? Matt, thank you very much for your time. Let's get going. Rebecca, Hope Through Soap. I think Rebecca's just on the phone there. Rachel?
Hey guys, this is our Hope Through Soap initiative. We've shown you the video. We can send more information about it. I'll probably post about it a good bit on the Facebook, but this is where you go. You open up your camera, you hold up your camera to that QR code, and you can donate to our sponsorship goal. It takes probably 20 seconds. We're trying to reach $5,000. We're going to get an updated list from Hope Through Soap, and we will publish and thank everyone who has donated. Again, I'll post the video, but this is a great cause that we are all really excited about. So just fund in your hearts and your wallets and donate.
Hey guys, I just did the math, and if everybody contributed $17 that hasn't already contributed, we'd more than hit our goal. And we're actually, we probably don't even need that. $10. I'll take $10 per person and we'll do it. Yay.
Thank you. Hello, Coach Terry.
Hello, team leader Marco.
I'm excited to hear what you're going to share with us about your sellers campaign.
Yeah, this is pretty exciting, I think, so that we can get some sellers, because sellers are wanted everywhere, right? That's the number one thing that we need right now. So also I wanted to just put out there the word of the week. So the word of the week is action. So without knowledge, action is useless, and knowledge without action is futile, right? So I want to lead with that, because getting sellers does mean you've got to get into action. And there's several different things that you may not be doing to get sellers that you can think about. So there is a sellers campaign that came down. This came from KW International. Wanted to share it with you guys. And if you want me to send you the entire instructions, just shoot me a quick email and I'll get it sent over to you. So this sellers campaign, it does include an email, a call script, a text script, a social post with a caption and images, and it does have, a design for a social graphic template too as well. So with the Sellers Wanted campaign, your first email would be something like, let's talk about the real estate market. And then, of course, what I love about this email is that you can determine who you want to target with this email. For example, if you're targeting investors, right, there is wording for investor. If you're targeting someone that would like to downsize, there's language for someone that is downsizing called Downsizer's Delight. If there is someone that is mobile and they like a virtual work environment and that they're working from home and they need internet access and things like that, but they're ready to buy a home, they're called mobile opportunists. And so we know in today's market, a lot of people are now working from home. So this might really spark someone's interest when you talk to them about being a mobile opportunist. Also, in the email campaign is be your own landlord, right? So maybe it's a good time to talk to someone about going ahead and buying a home and not selling their house, but helping them get it to the point to where they can rent and help them get into something else. Or maybe they're just wanting to increase their investment portfolio. And as we all know, real estate is the greatest and the best way to increase your portfolio. And so helping someone become their own landlord could be a possibility too. There is also one of the things that I think is very, very interesting that I don't see a lot of people doing, and I think it can really set yourself apart, is including a video email signature at the end of your email. Or instead of typing this email, why not send them a video, right? With all these subjects. You can even do a video on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn to get some sellers. Doing a video email signature is not that difficult to do, and it really will set you apart from all the other agents. Their call script, there's a call script in here, and it's very simple. Now, this script is you're going to be using this with people that you already know, right? And so it's just listening emphatically and then waiting on their answers and then just going through the prompts. But it is a very, very easy call script. And then, of course, we have the text script. And I know a lot of people are loving to text, and this is the number one way that you're able to get a hold of people nowadays, especially during the day, is through a text. So I really like this text script. It says, "Hi, Stacy. It's Terry. And I just heard an unbelievable stat. The average home selling price in your area is," and whatever that area is that you specialize in, put that number in there. If you like that, check your email for more tips on taking advantage of this historic market. Let me know if you get it, or feel free to call me at any time. If we act fast, we can maximize the sale of your property. So that's just a quick little text. And I know Stacy has been using TextWiz for a long time. So you only have to type it once and get it out to everybody at one time. I'm sure Stacy would be happy to let everyone know that app. Again, it's called TextWiz, W-H-I-Z, I believe, right, Stace?
Yes, but I am myself trying to transition to Twilio. I haven't mastered it yet. And as soon as I do, I will share.
Yay, awesome.
Absolutely.
And there is also a social post template here so that you can create it your own. And on the caption of this social post, it says, "Calling all house flippers, empty nesters, mobile workers, and investors. Are you ready to maximize the sale of your property? Like this post, comment, or shoot me a direct message to take advantage of this historic market." And of course, anytime you're posting something, you definitely want to put your phone number and your email address and all of that to make sure that people know how to get a hold of you. And then the very last thing are the design templates. So there's all kinds of design templates with the sellers campaign that you can grab through command. I'm not sure if Rachel has seen them or not, but I'm sure she'd be happy to help you if you reach out to Rachel. And again, if you guys would like for me to send you the sellers campaign, just shoot me a quick email. I'll be happy to get it over to you.
And Terry, is this not in Smart Plans on Command yet?
That's a great question, Stacy.
I'm gonna look. I'll look right now.
Okay, awesome.
Stacy, any word? I know that our guest speaker has some technical difficulties.
Yes, I'm reaching out. I'm on the Facebook page.
Let's quickly see. Terry, I have a question. I had a session with one of our associates yesterday, and the discussion went into the direction where she said it's as if some of the buyers don't understand the urgency in the current market conditions, and she needs to create buyer urgency. Is that something you deal with a lot of our coaching clients at the moment?
Absolutely. I mean, it's typically the number one subject on a weekly basis. Creating buyer urgency it depends on the qualification questions that you ask that buyer in the beginning of your consultation. And it's always best to have a buyer consultation before you start going out so that you can explain today's market, have all the stats there, and show that buyer that, and explain and show them on FMLS how fast houses are going and that type of thing. When you actually get on FMLS or Georgia FMLS with them, or Georgia MLS, I should say, with them, and you show them and they see it with their own two eyes, they now are invested and you've created confidence and trust, right? But if you're just telling them something, then that trust and that level of confidence may not be there yet until they have missed out on several bids, which then becomes very aggravating for them and aggravating for you as well. I hope that answers your question, Marco.
It certainly does. Now, I love what you said. You need to know your numbers. And I believe, to your point, if you can articulate the numbers in such a way that the buyer and sellers understand it, that's the winning script. And I did a quick calculation, Terry. If I look at the inventory, if I look at prices, inventory down year over year, 72.4%. But the selling price last year was $289,000. The selling price right now, median sales price, is $330,000. So that is a $41,000 difference. So divide that by 12 and it makes a monthly difference of $3,416. So on average, this is just the way I see it, on average, every month that your buyer waits to buy and postpones buying, it's going to cost him $3,416. Or another way to look at it, every month he's buying, unless he can increase his price, he's buying $3,416,000 less of a home. And next month, the same thing, $3,416,000 less than what he would have initially bought 2-3 months ago. Very interesting.
That's a great point, Marco. And there's stats on FMLS in the Smart Stats section that is very easy for a buyer to read. I know several months ago, I showed everyone in the team meeting how to get to that portion. And I really love Chuck Carr stats too as well, but that's really hard for a buyer or a seller to read. But this is a really small snapshot of the zip code that they want to be in. And I look at that at least once or twice a week. And for example, in my zip code that I live in, 30064, the prices have increased from 2020 in February of 2020 to February of 2021. They have increased by 40%. Okay, so the average sales price in my zip code last year was around 360. Now the average sales price is 445. So if you can print those out, and that's not just for single family homes, that's also for townhome and condos. So if you can print that out and give that to a buyer, or even just show them the stats on FMLS. And if you guys don't remember how to get there, I'm happy to walk through that with you too as well. But that's an easy way to get a buyer off the fence. It's also a very easy way to convince a seller that now is the time to sell.
Terry, thank you very, very much. And I appreciate that. Thanks for that input from our coach. And then good morning, Mr. James Shaw. It's an absolute pleasure to have you on our team meeting this morning. And James, I've been following you since last year, March, when the pandemic started. And your knowledge is, man, you excite me. If I think of a shift, number one, I think of acknowledging the reality of the shift. And then number two, whether it's a buyer's market or whether it's a seller's market, it is just the market that we are in. And as you joined now, I mentioned that our inventory in Atlanta, Metro Atlanta, is down 72.4%. But hey, you're the expert, sir. Please talk to us and welcome at our team meeting, James.
Thank you, Marco. I appreciate that so much. Okay, so listing inventory is down. All right, so why aren't you going out and getting more? I mean, at the end of the day, aren't we the people that decide how many homes are on the market? I don't know. That's probably not what you wanted me to say just to start the call, right? But that's what I got. Hey, I have a quick question. Can we, I know you probably do this. Is it possible to turn off the share screen so that I can see people a little bit better? Oh, that helps me out a lot. Thank you. And then you can put it obviously back up in just a minute. I mean, Marco, bottom line is this: we got to uncover the listings. The listings are there. It just becomes our responsibility to go uncover them. And so my question is, what did you do today to uncover a listing? Like, I think that's the question at the end of the day. Are you doing the right things day in and day out? And I think about it, and I know Ro Coleman is here, right? Ro, are you here? Yeah, I see she's already typed in the chat.
I'm here.
Hey, Ro, how
Listen
are
to
you doing?
James.
How are
I'm
you doing?
well.
Listen, I think about what you were doing a year ago to uncover listings. I mean, they know the story, right, of the lady that you never met?
Yeah, so the listing that I got, that was an expired listing that was on the market. And then she referred me some clients that I closed before I even met her.
Right, you didn't meet her till like after you'd been paid, right?
After I've been paid, and
yeah.
I've been paid on her referrals. Yes.
And gotten paid on the referral was before you met her in person. So the thing that happens is Ro did the right things, opportunity flowed her way. Marco, we got to do the right things. So the question is, what are the right things? And my first question for you is this. You got to wake up in the morning and realize that you have one job. You got to wake up in the morning and realize that you're unemployed. And until you've done the one job, you're still unemployed. So can I go into the book? I want to go to the shift book. I'm in the shift book. And I'm going to go in the shift book to page number 72. I want to say 72, 73. And what I want to read to you is something at the top of page number 73. And what Gary says, top page 73 of Shift, that's the book I'm in. He says, you must subscribe to one simple belief: dealing with business never takes precedence over finding business never. Right? Dealing with business never takes precedence over finding business never. And he goes on. You must adopt the position that until your lead generation is done every day, nothing else should get done. This may seem like a tough position for you to adopt, but adopt it you must. Otherwise, you will constantly find other things that seem more important, or allow other things to convince you they're more important. And Gary goes on to talk about that when he was building his real estate business, he put a sign on his desk. It's in the next paragraph. He put a sign on his desk that said, until your number one priority is done, everything else is a distraction. Now, he said, this daily reminder helped me and it may help you. If you don't follow this, you haven't learned the true meaning of prioritizing. All right. Do you know that Gary Keller still today has that sign on his desk? That until your number one priority is done, everything else is a distraction. Okay, friends, what's your number one priority? I just told you what it is. What is it? You can unmute and answer. What is your number one priority? I literally just told you.
Lead gen.
Well, lead gen for what specifically?
Listings.
Uncover a listing opportunity today. Yeah. I want you to uncover. That's the word I'm using because I think the listings are there. We just have to uncover them. Your number one priority every day is to uncover a listing opportunity. And until you've uncovered a listing opportunity, Gary says, everything else is a distraction. Nothing else should get done. Now let's keep going. Next paragraph. The number one challenge you face will not be either of the first two issues we've covered. Okay, sidebar. The first two issues Gary covers in this book are mindset and expenses. So he's saying the biggest issue or the number one challenge you face will not be your mindset, and it will not be your expenses. It will be this: consistently doing lead generation activities over time. Listen carefully. It is the one true challenge all real estate agents face, and the number one stumbling block that knocks most out of the game. Here's what I want you to think about. When you take a listing, here's what happens in the ATL when you take a listing. It sells in 2 days and you have 14 offers to choose from, and you are going to sit down with your seller. Now people, what they're doing, by the way, is they're putting them in opportunities in command and using command offers to lay out the spreadsheet on all the different offers to help their seller make the best decision they possibly can. And they go in there and now you're picking from your 14 offers to find the one that works best for your seller. I would rather do that than be one of the 14 offers that's got my fingers crossed and praying and hoping that we get accepted. Because here's what I learned. You don't get paid per contract written. You get paid per contract closed. You don't get paid per offer written. You get paid per offer accepted and closed. And so I would much rather you be the one uncovering the listings and then waiting 2 days and picking from your 14 offers than the one driving all up and down Atlanta. Have you seen the traffic there? Have y'all ever been on the roads in Atlanta and driving around the ATL, working to try to find a house for your buyer and competing with the 73 other people who are in line to go out and get it? So anyway, that's what's on my mind. I guess you asked one question. I gave you a 12-minute answer, Marco, but that's what's on my mind. We've got to go uncover listings, and agents are getting confused and getting distracted by everything else. Last part. I talked to an agent over the weekend, and she said, James, it took me 31 calls, but I got my listing appointment. I said, 31 calls doesn't sound like very many to me when you think about it. And she said, well, in the middle of it, it felt really long, but I got my listing appointment. Look, it's not going to be 200 calls. It just isn't. I used to coach an agent in Atlanta, and I remember she got on the phone with me. This has been 2 or 3 years ago. She got on the phone with me, and she had virtually no listings whatsoever. And I said, well, do you want to get some? She said, yes. I go, okay, here's the strategy. We're going to lead generate for a minimum of 3 hours every single day. We're going to make sure we talk to a minimum of 20 people every single day. And we're going to schedule one listing appointment every single day. Now, you got to go until you accomplish all three. So if you've gone your 3 hours and you've talked to your 20 people, but you didn't get a listing appointment, you have to keep going, because you go until you accomplish all three. And I said, what I want you to do, Tara, is I want you to email me or text me at the end of every day and tell me 3 numbers. And I said, I don't need cutesy wootsy, funsy onesie, excusey woosey. I just want 3 numbers. The first number is going to be how many hours. The second number is going to be how many contacts. And the third number is going to be how many listing appointments. She said, okay, she would do it. I remember the first day, Marco, she sends me a text, 5.5, 27, and 1. Okay, so Marco, what's the 5.5 represent?
The amount of hours she invested.
5.5 hours. What's 27?
The amount of contacts she made.
And what was the 1?
Listing appointment.
Okay, give me your best guess. Which contact was the listing appointment?
Last one.
27. Yeah, number 27. The next day, it was 4.5, 24, and 1. 4.5 hours, 24 contacts, 1 listing appointment. When did she get the listing appointment? Contact number 24. We did this for months. And what we discovered was the most number of contacts she ever had to make was 27. It was the first day. After that, I would get text messages from her that would say 3, 26, and 3. Like, she was getting more efficient in her conversations because she's doing now 26 conversations in 3 hours, and she was getting more than 1 appointment. Now, fast forward about 4 months later, I get on the phone with her. I have so much respect for this agent. What she accomplished, she's a single mom. She's making this work. She had a 5-year-old boy at the time, and she's making all this happen. And I remember her getting on the phone with me, and she was yelling at me, like literally screaming at me. Like, I could hold the phone away and still hear her. And she was so frustrated. And I said, what's going on? And she said, I have more listings right now than I've ever had in my life that I cannot keep up. Like, the level of customer service that I'm providing, I feel like is at an all-time low. I'm dropping pieces. I'm missing stuff in the system. Like, I've got problems. And I said to her, well, it's a heck of a lot better problem than we had 3 months ago. It's also an easier problem to fix, because now we just shore up systems and add leverage, and we're in good shape. And you can afford to do that now because you have the most listings you've ever had. That's the answer right now. The listings are there, Marco. We just got to do the work.
James, I just read a little bit further on page 73, to ensure your lead generation is always your number 1 priority, and that it gets done daily, you must acquire the discipline of time blocking. So once again, it's not about selling real estate. It's about following a schedule.
Yeah. Yeah. It's about following a schedule 100%. And I don't mind if you have to break it up, so for example, if you started your morning and you did, an hour and a half or 2 hours of checking in with your database and calling people, and then you have an appointment you have to go to, that's okay. Go to your appointment. But if you didn't get a listing appointment scheduled in that 2-hour block, just know that you're going to have to come back and revisit your lead gen a little bit later on. And here's a hack that I would give you, and that's this. Let's say you have in your schedule lead gen from 9 to 11, and that time probably includes a little bit of role play or some other stuff. What I would tell you to do is from 11 to 12, just block out a window that's called deal with business. Just call it deal with business. This is a little hack you put in. You put a block in your schedule, say 11 to 12 or whatever makes sense for you. You call it deal with business. That way, whatever dealing with business stuff shows up in the morning, you don't have to worry about it because you have the time blocked later to handle it. And here's what happens. By the time you get to that time block, about 80% of those issues have resolved themselves and you don't have anything to do with them. And then you also have an extra hour of lead gen time scheduled if there's no business to deal with in that particular window. So I'd use that hack. If I looked at it, this would be my schedule. I'd get on my call every morning at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Most of you are probably on it in the Pivot Shift Ahead Facebook group. Then I'd participate in some sort of call, either that you've done with other agents, or maybe your market center does one at 8:30 or something like that. I'd do another than local call that is going to include some script practice and role play. At 9 o'clock, I would keep everybody on the Zoom, except I would just turn off your mic and I would lead generate on Zoom. That's the accountability to make sure it gets done. And you can go in the chat and ask for help with objection handlers or give referrals if somebody wants to sell their house on this side of Atlanta and you don't go to that side of Atlanta, that you have a referral to give. And then at 11 o'clock, you deal with business. At 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock, you go on a listing appointment. At 5 o'clock, you go home. That's the schedule I would run.
James, I have a question. I love the word that you use, efficient. I think we can all agree that the efforts that got us where we are isn't going to keep us there. And we started this team meeting, I quoted from Shift, page 26. You need to double your efforts to grow. That doesn't necessarily mean doubling the time you spend. It means doubling the focus and the intensity so that you are more efficient, there's that word again, and effective during the time spent. So if I have a question and I say, James, what is your best advice to me? How can I become more efficient? What do I need to do?
Role play. That's the answer. You've got to get more efficient in your conversations, more efficient in how you handle objections. You've got to put yourself a little bit more on autopilot than you are. For many of you that have taken Bold, and I've done Bold in Atlanta a couple of times. I don't know if any of you have been in it with me, but back when I was coaching Bold, my favorite Bold law was spontaneity is a conditioned reflex. I always love that one. That you can, and what it basically means is your ability to respond to things people say is actually a learned thing. And so what I would encourage you to do is spend 15 to 20 minutes every single day role playing the common objections or the common conversations that you're having so that you can go on autopilot. I think about, I had a mentor who used to tell me, don't say blah, blah, blah when blah will do. And a lot of times as real estate agents, we say blah, blah, blah when blah will do. So I want you to work on that. The other thing to become more efficient is to connect at a higher level. And we do that by asking questions. And again, I got to give credit to Ro Coleman, because if you remember, you go back a year, it was a year ago this week that I did that. I did a shift workshop for the North Florida region that we then did duplicated in Southeast region. So it was about a year ago. And some of you may have been on that. We spent like 3 or 4 days for a couple hours in the morning, and y'all had homework. And I remember Ro Coleman told me, this is where I got to meet Ro, and I can't wait to actually meet her in person. She said, I didn't know I was going to have homework. If I knew that, I wouldn't have taken the class. And so she ends up with homework. And her homework, she reads page 94 of Shift, page 94. And Ro gave me a huge nugget out of this book that I've been sharing now for a year. And it talks about how can we become more efficient? Well, we can connect at a higher level with people. And here's what it says, bottom page 94. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. In other words, this isn't where you tell and sell your way to success, but where you ask and listen your way into their head and into their heart. What I want you to do is practice your dialogues, practice your scripts, practice your conversations, practice your questions so that you can connect with people and speed up the process a bit. Marco, does that help?
Oh, absolutely. Invaluable information. Spot on. and definitely we can apply that. I appreciate that so much, James.
Yeah, you got it. I want to remind everybody real quick before I go is last week I started a workshop on shift. It's a 10-week program. Some of you are probably involved. We have session number 2 today at noon Eastern, where we will be talking about expense management and making sure that you stay extremely profitable in a time where you're working harder than ever. So if anyone wants to join us for that, I'll put the link in the chat. And you're welcome to join. It's shiftseries.jamesdshaw.com, and I'll put it in the chat, shiftseries.jamesdshaw.com. And we already had session 1. This is session 2. It's every Tuesday at noon, and we can get you the recording to get you caught up. So if that's something you're interested in, I'll put it in here for you.
James, one last question from me. In your expert opinion, how important is it to track your numbers?
Well, how else do you know the score? Right? I mean, if you don't track the numbers, you don't have a scoreboard of what's going on. What I thought about with this agent, think about it. This agent who told me that she called until she got a listing appointment, and it took her 31 calls. Then, by the way, that's probably like the most number of calls that's really ever going to take her. And yet now we know it's a game. And as long as she talks to 31 people, she's going to get a listing appointment. Like, what if that was what she knew? And every day it was not about what does it take for me to get a listing appointment? It was, who are the 31 people I'm going to talk to today? Or 17 people, or 21 people, or 12 people, whatever your number ends up becoming. When you know what your numbers are, you make your business predictable, and now it's fun. Now it becomes a game. I just got to talk to X number of people to hit my goal. If she wants to take schedule 2 listing appointments a day, then she'd talk to 62 people. If she wants to do 3, she talks to 93 people. Like, she just knows what the math is. What do they say? The path is in the math. Once you know the math, you can make it fun. And now it just becomes, am I going to get my contacts in so I can hit my goals? That's it.
I have so many nuggets here. How do I become efficient? Role play. Connect at a higher level. Spontaneity is a conditional reflex. Ask and listen your way to success. Numbers make your business predictable. That's my new favorite saying. I'm going to steal that if you don't mind.
Well, you're welcome to say it whenever you want. I probably stole it from somebody else.
Awesome. So lots of nuggets. Folks, any questions that you have for James?
Yep, we got a few more minutes, so don't be shy.
Well, you're welcome to. And by the way, I put my Instagram in there if you want to connect with me. It's James D. Shaw. I'm out of room for Facebook friends unless I unfriend Ro, and I don't want to do that. She's nice. So James D. Shaw is my Instagram. So you're welcome to connect with me there. And I would love to see some of you in my shift series if that would be of some value to you as well.
I'm in the shift series, so I'll be there today. Also, James hosts a morning pivot shift call as well at 8 o'clock every morning. And so a lot of people, when y'all talk about Top Hat and how we were able to do what we did in the Monopoly Madness contest, it was me taking the information that I was getting from the shift calls and sharing it with the Top Hat team and putting things in place to build that Top Hat community that we still have going on today. So I definitely encourage you. If you know me, I'm not the best morning person. So if I'm getting on there at 8 o'clock, it's definitely because it's valuable and I'm learning so much as well as growing so much. So
well, I'm glad you are. Yeah, if you're not in the Pivot Shift Ahead Facebook group, y'all should get in there. We're having great conversations, great masterminds every morning. And so, yeah, we'd love to have you inside there. Thanks, Ro, for saying that.
I have a question.
What's up, Sean?
What's the best way for contact to accumulate the contacts?
What's the best way for what?
To accumulate the contacts to call. I mean, we're going through a telephone.
Oh, to get the contacts? Well, I want you to call everybody in your phone first, Sean. Right?
Okay.
Make sure you're talking to every single person you know. And if you run out of people, ask yourself, who else do I know? Is my doctor in there? Is my barista in there? Is my dry cleaner in there? Is my kid's doctor in there? Right? All those people, think about, and anybody you do business with should do business with you. The only reason they don't is that they don't know what you do or you don't talk to them about it enough. So I want you to call every person you know, Sean. And then the longest I ever want you to wait to follow up with them is 90 days. So if I'm in your database and you talk to me today and you're just checking in on me, you're using a care call script or something like that, and I don't have anything, then you're going to call me 3 months from now. You're going to call me what? The end of June and check in with me again. And then you're going to call me the end of September. And then you're going to call me the end of December. Do you get it? We just get into a flow with me, check in on me. And eventually when I'll have a need and you'll be my guy.
Okay, thanks. I
You
appreciate
got it.
Anybody else, folks? James, I appreciate it. This has been extremely valuable. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for sharing your knowledge and your experience. You are the shift master.
Oh, well, thank you. Thanks for the opportunity. All the best to everybody in Atlanta. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, James. Folks, well, the only thing left that we have is our needs or our haves and our wants. And once again, I am freakishly excited with all the listings that we've been receiving. That is just amazing. And then hearing from James Shaw, those two things close to my heart, listings and knowing your numbers. So that's amazing. Congratulations to each and every one of you. I know we've got listings coming up. Share with us. What have you got?
So Marco, we have coming up in Brookfield Country Club, we have a 5-3 that currently is some renovations are being done too, but should be on the market by the end of April. It'll be out there somewhere between 600,000 and 700,000. We'll know when it's completed. And then we have another listing coming up in Waverly Hall in Roswell, which is a 4-3 that also is going through some renovations and should be done by the end of April. And it'll be going out between 5 and 550.
Thanks for sharing, John. I love that. Hi, Hank.
Hey, I've got that one that I just put on. It's been on the market now for just a week. It's flexible. It's a ranch. It's in 30345 inside the perimeter, minutes from Brookhaven, Buckhead, the new Children's Healthcare of Atlanta campus on North Druid Hills Road. Just a lot happening over here in Northeast Atlanta right now. This one's got three bedrooms, 2.5 baths up. It's got 3 bedrooms and 1 full bath down. It's completely renovated and in a great neighborhood and area. So listing price is $645. We've had 7 showings thus far and hope to get some more. So would love to do a deal with another KW agent.
So I know we have probably less than 48 hours left of the month of March, but I love what I hear because I like to push the boundaries. If a boundaries is there, I'm going to push it. And we had 99 listings last year, March. We're at 79 and counting now. Will we make it? Will we be able to break 99? Who else has got something coming up? Let's push the boundaries. Mr. Haas, you always have something coming up. I'm all ears.
Yes, I think I mentioned this last week, but 2 things. Brendan Court is in Kingsley, or excuse me, Flintshire Court in Kingsley Elementary. We're listing that for $475, 4-bedroom brick house with an unfinished basement, Dunwoody North community. Also, today we're having an open house. I've got 3 properties packaged. It's investor oriented. It's 2 single-family homes and a duplex. They're all in the Linmore Drive in Brookhaven. If you email me at billhaas@kw.com, I'll send you an informational sheet, but they're open for inspection today from 1 to 4. And the list price for the package of all 3 properties is $1.5 million.
Thanks for sharing.
Hello,
Rashad?
good morning. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I said Rashad, good morning.
Oh, okay. Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I have a coming soon, and it's hit the market in 2 weeks over in East Cobb, city of Roswell, Lassiter High School. We've converted it from a 3-2 to actually a 3 bedrooms, 3 full bath with a bonus flex space. It's a ranch. It's in Loch Lomond subdivision. It's in a cul-de-sac. We've added about 200 square feet to it. and we'll be hitting the market at about 455. Great community, great neighborhood, East Cobb, Texas, City of Roswell, Lassiter High School. So if you got anybody looking for anything in that area, give me a shout and I can try to get you to preview it next week as we're going in and starting the finishes. And then I also have another property coming in Lithonia. We just got the seller approved because she's going to have to buy. So we'll be under 200,000, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath. And we should be going to the market top of May. But I feel like guys, give me a call because it's already been updated. It's a great home and a nice community in Lithonia. So if you have any buyers in that region, give me a shout and I'll try to get you some sneak peeks before it goes to the mass. Thank you.
Hey, Marco, it's Nicole.
Good morning, Nicole.
I have a 3-2 that's right in the 30316 zip code. That's going for about $339. It's a complete reno, top to bottom, new roof, and seller is very, very motivated. I have a 3-3 in East Point that's coming in about a week. It's in the Egan Park part of East Point, 3 minutes literally from the airport. It'll be priced at $405. And I have a ranch, a 4-bedroom ranch, hard to find 4-bedroom ranches in Snellville. That's $245. And I also have a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath in Ellenwood that should list Friday. And that one will be right at roughly $210.
I want to know when you became a listing agent. What is all this?
When I start having 30 buyers that are qualified that I can't find a house for.
That's great, Nicole. Awesome. Awesome.
Oh, I have one more coming soon, guys. New construction in East Atlanta. I actually have the elevations. We're actually ahead of schedule. I thought we would be about 90 days from finishing it. We're actually 60 days from finishing it. It will be a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 2-car garage, new construction.
Marco, I have one if he's
as well
done.
And so, so I have the elevations. We can get you a sneak peek on that. That'll be hitting the market in the May, but we're already starting to, let people kind of walk through it. So give me a shot on that too in East Atlanta. Thank you. And we'll be we'll be talking about 585, 595 on it. We'll see what the market is when we get done, but we'll be in that range. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rashad. Eddie, the floor is yours.
I have a listing that just went live. It's right at the Sandy Springs Dunwoody. It's on Sandy Springs side, North Springs High School. It's a master on Main, 1.1, 5,500 square feet, not including the basement. Basement is the full length of the house. So if you wanted to finish it out, your square footage would be almost another 2,200, 2,300 square feet. It is been appraised last year at this number. So with the way the market's going, it should appraise even higher. So if anybody wants to get in, it's appointment only. Please let me know.
Thank you, Mr. Levine. Anybody else, folks? Then that's it. Thank you very much for attending the meeting. Very, very valuable information shared with us by Mr. James Shaw. Stacey, once again, thank you for putting that in play for us, and have a lovely and blessed week. See you guys next week, same place, same time. Thank you very much. Happy listing, happy selling, happy everything. Bye.
Happy Easter. Happy Passover.
Where's our music?